Hello everybody, and welcome back to our Lapidary channel. If it's your first time tuning in, we'd just like to give you guys a nice warm welcome and say thank you for viewing. Wishing everybody a nice happy Thanksgiving and for all the future holidays to come. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into today's video. In this video, we're going to be working with this beautiful moss agate material. We recently slabbed up a big chunk of moss agate, and we have a lot of slabs to pick from and choose from. And you can see that some of the patterns and inclusions in this is absolutely gorgeous. And the transparency on this stuff is out of this world. Look at this. Once you get this material under some backlighting, those branch patterns just really start to pop. So a friend of mine contacted me, and for his wife's birthday, he wanted me to make a pendant using this material here. I think it's going to turn out really, really nice. My first time working with this stuff. So you just saw the material dry, and now here's what it looks like when it's wet. Deep details, 2 shades of green, got water lines, and you have agate fortification lines that are in these nice tight spirals. Really pretty. Let's get into the video and show you guys the process. We're going to be working on this piece of moss agate for a friend of mine. He specifically wanted to capture some of these green patterns in the bottom left, but also some of these waterline structures on the side. And I figured since we're already slicing into this material, let's go ahead and make 3 more. We got everything drawn out. The piece has been slabbed up to roughly about a 1/4 inch or so. So now it's time to come over to the trim saw and start trimming out all the shapes and patterns. Alright, just finished trimming up this moss agate. Let's take a look at these pieces. This is one of the pieces here. Another one here. Yeah, first time using the trim saw. Not too bad. Got another one here. And this is the one that we were commissioned to do. So our next step is we're gonna come over to our genie wheels here, and we're gonna start trimming up all the pieces, getting them down to our guidelines here. Let's get it. We got all the rough shapes cut out. You can see we got 4 different pieces, all slightly different designs. They're turning out pretty nice. Got the rough shaping all done. This is the one that's been commissioned, but I told him I'd make a few and he can pick whichever one's his favorite. I like the amount of blue we have in this piece. Looks really nice. So we'll come through with these 4 pieces and we'll start rounding things out. Let's get it. Alrighty, we are making some progress on those moss agates that we're cutting. Here's what they're starting to look like. Here's the first one. You can see we got it all rounded out. And this one for sure is probably my favorite one. No water lines in it, but the blues and the greens in this one are really, really nice. This is the one that my friend requested. It's got the nice blues and greens, and it's got the waterline structure up top. Also been rounded out, ready for some final shaping. And then our 2 smaller ones that we're probably gonna put in our Etsy shop. I mean, look at this. This is just outstanding. The pattern in this is really, really cool. Super mossy, but also very stringy. I love it. And last but certainly not least is this kind of more freehand design that we were doing. It's going to be a little bit wider because I just wanted to save as much material as possible. So our next step for these is we're going to set up our Dremel, and we're going to come through and drill a hole up on top. So then we should be able to mount a peg bale and set these up for necklaces. Let's get it. Just got these pieces all drilled out on top, roughly about 1/4 inch with a 1mm shank. This piece here is ready to start getting the final shaping done. We're gonna bring this over to our second wheel in line, and we're gonna start cutting down these slightly sharp angles and just kind of start rounding out and feathering out the shape of the pieces. So yeah, without further ado, let's step over to the second wheel and start rounding out the shapes. Just got done rounding out all these moss agate pendants here. So yeah, these are what they're looking like, nice and rounded. And you can see that the patterns just really start to pop. So now all the shaping has been done. We are gonna come back over and we're gonna begin pre-polishing with this wheel, and then we'll go through and polish them up all the way. And I'll show you what the end results look like. Well, alrighty guys, we are back at home. I couldn't get a video of the pieces being completely done in the shop because my phone ended up dying. We got these pieces brought home and we have mounted them on some peg bales, and just look at the patterns in these pieces. Wow. This has got to be some of my favorite material I've worked with so far. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful stuff. This is that piece that we were commissioned to do. You can see up top, on the top right, we've captured some of that waterline structure. And in the bottom, we have the green mossy material. And I think the shapes, these more elongated ones came out looking really pretty. Here's what the back side of that one looks like. Really cool. And they took a great polish as well. And this one, similar shape, but just slightly different design and pattern. More of the mossy fern structure. And I like the two shades of green. You got the darker greens in the bottom right, and then you have more of the lighter greens in this top left quadrant. You can see that faint kind of swirly orb pattern with the fortification lines. This one here, I think, has my favorite looking pattern. Just look at how dotted and swirly this one came out looking, and just like that deep detailed moss on the top. And then on the back of this one, you have a crystallized pocket more towards the top. You could see it kind of glittering right there, top left. Let's go ahead and finish these up. We have the peg bales all mounted on them. Now let's get some necklace chains put on, and we'll do a final showing. And here is the final results on all those pieces. Everything's been mounted, completed, and now they are ready to go. If you would like one of these pieces custom made, just send me a message. You can find us on Instagram and a gallery of all the pieces that we work on. We really appreciate you guys. Like, sub up. Let's get on to our next project.